What if I told you that NASA, the agency we associate with astronauts, telescopes, and scientific missions, has also been the driving force behind some of the most destructive technologies ever conceived by humankind? For decades, under the excuse of exploring the universe and protecting the planet, projects have been developed with a single real objective: turning space into the ultimate battlefield. We are not talking about conventional weapons. We are talking about projectiles falling from orbit like unstoppable meteors, invisible lasers fired from space, and technologies capable of wiping out entire civilizations without leaving any trace of a military attack. Everything has been presented as science, as progress, as planetary defense. But in military hands, those same technologies become superweapons capable of changing the fate of the world in a matter of seconds. Today, on TechZenX, you are going to discover the 10 most destructive, real, and terrifying superweapons ever linked to NASA technology. Projects so extreme that, if they were ever activated, the planet would never be the same again. So, get comfortable and look at the sky with different eyes. Because what you are about to see is not science fiction. It is the most dangerous space arsenal ever created. Let's begin. Number 10. Odin. It is not a missile, it is not a conventional satellite, and it is certainly not a weapon that makes noise before it kills. Odin is the name used to describe a family of orbital strike concepts studied for decades within the United States military environment and developed thanks to space technologies linked to NASA programs. Its principle is as simple as it is terrifying, using orbit as a direct attack platform against Earth. There are no explosives, no warheads, no fuel, only mass, velocity, and gravity. A projectile released from orbit falls at hypersonic speeds, wrapped in plasma, impacting with energy comparable to a natural meteor. The result is pure devastation: shockwaves, extreme temperatures, underground destruction, and a crater capable of erasing hardened military installations, deep bunkers, or critical infrastructure in seconds. And the most disturbing part is that there is no real way to intercept it. Missile defense systems are designed to track engines, ballistic trajectories, and thermal signatures. Odin has none of that. It simply falls. When radar detects something, it is already too late. This type of weapon represents the ultimate military dream: a precise, instantaneous strike with no radiation, no nuclear signature, and no clear proof of immediate authorship. There is no mushroom cloud, no automatic international treaty response, just a brutal impact from the sky. In a real scenario, Odin would allow strategic targets to be destroyed without formally escalating to nuclear war. A surgical strike that, for the one receiving it, feels exactly like the end of the world, without the political consequences of an atomic bomb. That is why Odin is so dangerous. Because it turns space, long sold as a scientific domain, into a platform of divine punishment, where death falls from above without warning, without defense, and without the possibility of response. And this is only the beginning of the ranking. Number 9. DART. It was presented to the world as a scientific triumph, a planetary defense experiment, a mission designed to save Earth. But what it really proved was something far more unsettling. Humanity is now capable of altering the movement of celestial bodies in space. For the first time in history, a spacecraft deliberately impacted an asteroid and measurably changed its trajectory. It did not destroy it. It did not shatter it. It pushed it. And that detail changes everything. Because if you can push an asteroid to prevent an impact, you can also push one to cause it. And that is where the real problem begins. An asteroid does not need to be massive to cause disaster. One only tens of meters wide can release energy equivalent to multiple nuclear bombs. A slightly larger one can generate tsunamis, continental fires, devastating shockwaves, and regional climate collapse, all without missiles, aircraft, or clear military signatures. DART proved that it is now possible to identify a specific celestial body, calculate its mass and trajectory, strike it from interplanetary distance, and modify its orbit with precision. That turns deep space into a natural arsenal. The most disturbing aspect is attribution. An attack like this would be almost impossible to trace. No visible launch, no missile on radar. No country immediately blamed. To the world, it would look like a cosmic accident. To the one who planned it, it would be the perfect strike. DART opens the door to a completely new category of warfare, one in which nature itself becomes the projectile and the weapon does not explode. It impacts. And this is only number 9. Number 8. LCRD. It was publicly presented as a breakthrough in space communications, a system to transmit data using lasers. But what it truly demonstrated was far more unsettling. The United States already knows how to generate, stabilize, and precisely aim high-energy laser beams from orbit. And in military terms, that is a red line. An orbital laser does not need explosive fuel, leaves no trail, and cannot be intercepted once fired. From hundreds of kilometers above Earth, it can target a satellite, a sensor, or a radar system and blind or destroy it in seconds, without anyone knowing where the attack came from. In a real conflict, this technology would allow something devastating, blinding a country before the war even begins. Surveillance satellites disabled, radars taken offline, guidance systems disrupted, communications cut without a single explosion. And the most dangerous part is ambiguity. A missile is an obvious act of war. An orbital laser can be explained as a technical failure, an anomaly, or even a solar event. LCRD is not the final weapon. It is the technological foundation, the necessary step toward far more aggressive systems. Laser platforms capable of firing repeatedly, silently, for years, from shifting orbital positions. Weapons that do not destroy cities directly, but prepare them to be destroyed without any defense. Because in modern warfare, whoever controls space controls the eyes, the ears, and the brain of the enemy. And when those eyes go dark without warning, the war is already lost. Number 7. SPS Alpha. It was born with a bright promise: clean energy from space. A gigantic orbital solar station designed to collect sunlight and transmit it to Earth using concentrated microwave beams. But that is exactly where the problem lies, because a beam capable of powering cities can also destroy them. To function, SPS Alpha must concentrate and direct microwaves with extreme precision from hundreds of kilometers above Earth. In civilian mode, the beam is aimed at a receiving antenna. In military mode, it only needs to be redirected. The result is a silent, invisible, devastating weapon. Used offensively, it could fry power grids, disable data centers, collapse telecommunications, shut down radars, and trigger massive blackouts in seconds. No explosions, no missiles, no alarms. Everything simply goes dark. And the most unsettling part is its scale. SPS Alpha is not a small satellite. It is an orbital structure the size of a city, made up of thousands of reconfigurable modules. That means the beam is not a single shot. It can sweep entire regions, sustain discharge for minutes, and repeat the process endlessly. It proves one uncomfortable truth: energy is the perfect weapon. It leaves no craters, no immediate casualties, but it leaves entire nations on their knees. Number 6. Draco. This is not a satellite, and it is not a missile. It is something far more delicate and far more dangerous. This joint project between NASA and DARPA develops real nuclear thermal propulsion, with a functioning reactor operating in space. Officially, its goal is to shorten travel time between Earth and the Moon. But once you place an operational nuclear reactor in orbit, everything changes. Because a reactor in a vacuum does more than provide thrust. It generates continuous nuclear energy, controlled radiation, and the potential for large-scale electromagnetic effects. And that is the real threat. A system like Draco could become, directly or indirectly, a total space denial weapon. A nuclear event in orbit, even without a traditional explosion, could generate a massive electromagnetic pulse capable of disabling satellites, collapsing communications, destroying GPS, shutting down radars, and leaving entire regions blind and mute in seconds. You do not need to drop a bomb on a city. You only need to turn off the sky. Even more disturbing, a nuclear reactor in low orbit is a latent threat. A deliberate malfunction, controlled destabilization, or misdirected energy release could contaminate key orbital pathways, destroy space infrastructure, and render near-Earth space unusable for years. That would mean something unprecedented, blocking access to space for the entire planet. Number 5. X-37B. It does not announce its arrival. It does not broadcast its mission. And when it returns to Earth, no one explains what it did up there. This uncrewed space vehicle is, without exaggeration, the most mysterious military platform ever sent into orbit. It can remain in space for years, change trajectory, alter altitude, and operate without any public oversight. Officially, it conducts technology experiments, but that does not explain why it launches in secrecy, why it changes orbits mid-mission, or why it returns with its cargo bay sealed. Because the X-37B is not a laboratory. It is an orbital warfare platform. From space, it can deploy classified payloads, test kinetic weapons, intercept or inspect enemy satellites, and manipulate orbital objects without leaving visible traces, all while staying beyond the reach of most tracking systems. And that is the real danger. In modern warfare, destroying enemy satellites is as decisive as destroying their bases. Without satellites, there is no GPS, no communications, no intelligence, no coordination. The X-37B allows that to happen without launching a single missile from Earth. Number 4. NISAR. This satellite is one of the most dangerous systems ever placed in orbit. Developed with next-generation synthetic aperture radar technology, NISAR has a capability that fundamentally changes warfare. It can see the entire planet with extreme precision, no matter what stands in the way. Clouds, storms, smoke, jungles, deserts, mountains, nothing hides from it. Its radar is sensitive enough to detect changes of mere centimeters on Earth's surface. A vehicle moving, a bunker being reinforced, a missile being prepared, everything is recorded. And that is the real threat. In modern warfare, strategic surprise is everything. NISAR eliminates it. It does not destroy cities. It does not kill soldiers directly, but it exposes everything. And when a nation can no longer hide its weapons, bases, or movements, the war is lost before it begins. Number 3. Surveyor. It was created with an apparently noble mission, detecting dangerous asteroids and protecting humanity from catastrophic impacts. But what it truly does is far more disturbing. It builds the most precise catalog of natural weapons ever assembled. This infrared observatory detects asteroids hidden by solar glare and analyzes their size, mass, velocity, composition, and most importantly, their exact impact energy. Combined with systems like DART, it enables something unthinkable just a few years ago, selecting a specific asteroid and subtly redirecting it toward a precise point on Earth. No missile defense can stop it. No radar detects it in time. To the world, it would look like nature. To the planner, it would be the perfect weapon. Number 2. SLS Block 2. This is the most powerful launch system ever built by humanity. Officially, it exists to send astronauts farther than ever before. In reality, it enables something far more unsettling, placing weapons in orbit that no other system on Earth can even lift. With the ability to launch over 130 tons in a single mission, it can deploy entire orbital platforms, laser stations, kinetic systems, space reactors, or electronic warfare modules. It does not destroy cities itself. It makes all other superweapons possible. It is the infrastructure of orbital apocalypse. Number 1. Rods from Ba. Imagine no missiles on radar, no aircraft in the sky, no sirens, no countdown, just an object falling from orbit at hypersonic speed. Rods from God use no explosives, no fuel, and no nuclear warheads. Their power comes from pure physics. Tungsten rods released from space that impact with energy equivalent to multiple tactical nuclear weapons, but without radiation, without mushroom clouds, without immediate proof of nuclear attack. There is no defense, no warning, no response time. It is gravity used as a weapon. And that is why it takes the number 1 spot. And there you have it. 10 superweapons so extreme, so advanced, and so unsettling that they completely redefine what military power means in the 21st century. The question is no longer whether these technologies exist. The question is, who decides when they are activated? Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these superweapons did you find the most terrifying? Do you think space should remain a scientific domain, or is it already an inevitable military battlefield? Leave your answer in the comments, and if you enjoy uncovering the real power behind the world's most advanced technology, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and activate the notification bell. Because on TechZNX, the secrets of the future are always revealed first.